Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with another Kamihime project video. Now this one, it's about the event that's going on right now, so I'm going to end up putting the accessory video on hold. But anyways, this is about the Illuyanka's event, and this one's a little bit special because of the fact that she's one of the first Adolans in the game. Not even 100% Adolans have done this yet, but the more matching element Adolans in the sub slots, the more powerful she gets in the main slot. What that means is her ability for being a main Idolan will increase with that. That said, this actually can increase higher than any other event Idolan, but at the cost of having to have a lot of water Idolans. So if you haven't gotten them from previous events, well, you're not going to get too much out of her. But that's the whole thing with this. It goes up to 50% when you fully get her upgraded to level, not level 100 fourth break. So, well, pretty much means level 100 cap. Anyways, she's going to be a little bit different this time when you try to take her on. Like, that's the thing. When for normal overdrive in the ultimate, she'll randomly attack 7 times, and Ragnarok this increases to 9 times. However, when it comes to her Raging Overdrive, it lowers double attack for ultimate, and Ragnarok is triple attack. I'm guessing it's, I'm not sure if it lowers both double and triple in Ragnarok, but it does in fact lower your combo rate. Kind of hurts you a little bit, but honestly I wouldn't worry too much about trying to remove it. Especially if you're using somebody like, say, Cybele, who's going to do double anyways. Her triple is going to reduce triple rate's going to hurt her. But if you're using SSR Cybele, because your win team might be strong enough to handle this fight opposed to a Thunder team, then yeah. But here's the whole thing. There's points where she'll end up buffing herself with damage cut defensive shields. Think of it as a barrier skill that you get from Tiamat. And that's the whole thing. It's just going to flat out cut damage. It's the same thing that we had to deal with a Maru. Only this time it is used on the first turn and when she has 50% HP or less. And apparently it happens in multiple difficulties. I know Expert definitely has it. But that's the whole thing. It can really cut your damage. So that's something to worry about. But I don't know if it, I'm not sure exactly what it does. If you have to, like, nullify it, or just, like, that's the thing. I'm going in this with not too much info. I didn't really look over too much of it. But I'm assuming it's the same as a Maru, where it just flat out cuts all damage and you have to hit it 3 times in order to remove it. So if that's the case, then it functions just... If that's the case, then it'll be like if you do one set of attacks from a character, it won't do anything. But if it's like 2 elements, say like for some reason you're using Fireman and it ends up hitting her twice, then yeah, it'll count as 2 hits towards the shield instead of 1. It's just finicky like that, but yeah, that's how it is. Now, they do have a little bit of damage numbers, assuming you have minus 30% on her attack power, which means it'll generally deal about 1,000 to 1,200. I'm assuming this is ultimate value, maybe Ragnarok, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is Ragnarok values. You get hit up to 9 times for that normal charge. So you might actually want to keep her out of normal this time. So that's the thing with the normal charge. It's looking like it's going to deal about, say, 2,500 times 9. I don't know if that means with or without the debuffs, but either way, you don't want her to nuke you with that. It's random, but let's say one ally gets hit with it a lot. Now, if you did go grinding some of the Regalia weapons, they also call them catastrophe weapons or whatever. They're really powerful weapons for your souls. If you did go grinding them, Artanian's going to be very, very good for this because she automatically hits you with a 30% sniper shot so she'll be able to well, if you get the right one, but it'll be a 30% sniper shot and it'll really, really reduce her output. Joan's a good one to have for damage cutting. You can probably have others that can protect allies as well. Healing might be good too if you don't really have a healer because Thunder's really low on them. So honestly, I'm sticking Andromeda in this list as well. I don't know if the buff can get removed with Chaos Magic. If it can, then that will put Cassie up here in a higher priority. So that's something you may want to test out. You might want to get somebody that can paralyze. I don't know. I have Source, so I'm going to try it. They say Mammon comes with a defense debuff, so if you happen to pull her, she's now in the gacha pool. Go ahead. They're saying Athena and Kingu can damage cut as well. Raiko can damage cut. Gaia can damage cut. So, it depends on who you get. But they're more or less saying get damage cut. And like I said, when you get her all the way up, and that's the thing too, her stats are kind of crap when it comes to attack power. She gives you a lot of HP. But you get 50% elemental attack for water, which is very strong. And then on top of that too, it starts off for up to 30%, but it increases up to 50%. But on top of that too though, she'll cut pretty much all damage to a random ally. And that will really help you out when you summon her. She can be useful. Now, I'm not sure if we get 2 SSR weapons. But I know for a fact that the first one should be there. It usually is. And it's a defender. But it's eventually going to get a double attack. Now, if both of them are there, that means you also get an assault weapon, which will eventually get a defender. So, that's something to mention. And naturally, if you're going to get any more attack powers, you're going to probably go after the knife. So, it counts as a dagger, I do believe, or a glaive. But again, the new Kamihime Mammon's in there. Azrael, Ariel, I'm not sure what those two do, but Mammon does come with a defense debuff, so go for that one. And it says the specific attribute for Ultimate is going to end up being Wind. And naturally, you got to clear with SR or R teams or whatever. I can do it with an R Wind team, I'm pretty sure. The R girls under Wind are very, very good. But anyways, that's what I got for this. Now, of course, I'm going to go into the DMM wiki. And that's the original source of a lot of this info. And I'm sorry if this seems a little bit half-assed. I'm kind of tired right now, and I definitely need to be going to... I gotta be going to sleep because I gotta get up in 6 hours. But anyways, this also gives suggestions on what you should go after. It says that we're supposed to be getting raid Kamihime weapon release tickets. Those definitely are worth getting because if you've missed a few of them, or you just want more copies of that weapon, go for it. You might pull out a Kamihime you may have missed. We start getting those now. I've seen it on the actual game screen. Other things too to note, Hades gets awakened, and then on top of that, there's more of the Regalia weapons available, and for other souls as well. Like Mordred, I know has some, and so does Hercules. So that's stuff to notice. You definitely want to go for the half elixir, so that's definitely a good one. And the Kamihime weapon ticket, that's another very good one to go after as well. Especially if you're a free player. You also, and I don't know why they put it as medium priority, but the SSR stuff should be high as well. I'm just saying that. If you still need points for unlocking souls, you can get a bunch of them up to 300. quite frankly, at this point, I've unlocked every single one of them, so I can ignore this. Grimoires are also good to get if you need to, if you're in the process of awakening somebody. I know I've awakened 2 people recently, which will be TYR and Ares. I've done those 2 off screen, but I definitely need some more Grimoires to get them both up to primary status, and I definitely need that for TYR. I'm going to spend Sunday grinding out a lot of EXP for her because she'll be good for this event. She has a defense debuff as well. Naturally, go for the stuff I said on the other page, which is the SSR stuff and the assault weapon. Only if you need the assault weapon. I do, so I'm going to get it. And then some other stuff it mentions too. You might not be able to do the Ragnarok, but it doesn't cost AP. Try it if you can. Hopefully you can clear it without an elixir. I think that is one of the special event requirements. But anyways, they do give you some HP values. Beginner has almost 58,000 HP. Nothing too bad. Honestly, anybody should be able to clear beginner. I'm dead serious. Anybody should be able to clear beginner, even if you just started the game. Standard, though, might take a slight bit of grinding, but it's not too bad. Her HP's, like, at least tripled. It's at 190,000. Now, expert's a point where some people haven't been able to clear it if they just started the game, so that's something to worry about. You might have to grind a little bit. Especially considering that from expert onward is when you have a good chance of getting the SSR stuff. But she's got almost 400,000 HP on expert. They have the numbers for that. She has 700,000 when it comes to ultimate. And this is where things start getting pretty dangerous, especially saying that they want special requirements for some of that stuff. And Ragnarok, I kind of expected her to have a little bit more HP, but I guess not. But 2,450,000. Quite frankly, for my Thunder team, that's going to be pretty easy to run through. I may or may not need a healer, but I will at least have Joan in there. And she comes with a healing buff that also increases double attack, so there you go for that. And she's got damage cut. And unfortunately, if I can't do too well with her, I'm going to switch in a healer. So, I'll see how it is. You'll see a video on it eventually. But you definitely want that damage cut. That's the whole thing with that. And from what I found out, they cut down the trade list for this stuff. So that means it's not going to take nowhere near as much in order to get this stuff. I don't know if we do get the hammer though. But the rest of the stuff you won't have to grind as hard. So that's a very welcome change. They finally did it. It's really cut down the cost of a lot of the stuff, so it's a great way to sit up and try and get some very powerful stuff now. The advent events. But naturally, there's a lot of different stuff you can go after now. And apparently, if I'm looking at this right, you can get 2 of the raid tickets. So all the event raids that gave you the SR Kamihime, you get 2 shots at them. And you might be able to trade for magic jewels now, too. So that's something to know about. Because honestly, they have 30 of those in stock. So if you can trade for the magic jewels, that's 3,000. You get a free 10 pool with the SR guaranteed on one of them. So that's something to know. Eventually, when it gets rerun, I think you might be able to get these Dragonic Eye Shards, but I don't know. I know for a fact that when it reruns, you definitely could. I don't know if you can get them the first time around, so if you can clear Ragnarok, you might want to stock up on those just in case. But here's a better understanding of all the event lists. So daily you have to clear 5 times. Of course, that's unchanged from the previous times. And yes, you do have to clear without an elixir for Ragnarok, so try to do your best for that one. Then there's clearing with SR below. If it's ultimate, you got to clear with R below to try and get all of them at once. I suggest doing that because the Dragonic Eye Shards are hard to get. Other than that, it's just extra materials, basically. So, That's the best way to sum that all up. But yeah, this is definitely a turning point for the admin event, so you might want to grind this one. Because we're starting to get Eidolons that have special requirements other than splitting your party into multiple elements, thankfully. So now's the time to actually start grinding. Now's the time to actually start trying to get into a few things. And I will check the event list. In fact, I could probably do it now. I'm going to go in-game and zip and do it. So bear with me for a second. In fact, I'm going to mute this tab too, so I can talk. Because if I didn't, it'll just blurt out noises and stuff beforehand. And yeah, if you close that out before the game loads, this is how you get this screen without the characters for some reason. It's weird, but it's interesting. Okay, I'm not hearing any sounds from this, so there shouldn't be. And keep in mind, I haven't started the event yet. But yeah, Hades is awakened. That means there's a special gacha to get more Draconic Eye Shards if you want to go after it. Also, this Crucible combat, it's ended. You have to check both the rankings and to get rewards in order to get everything from it. Some people didn't know this. So maybe it's a good thing it went on here because it reminded me of that. See, this is my first time entering this. Naturally, you gotta grind for the materials. I already know that. Yeah, see, to get the first unit of her, it doesn't take much, and we can indeed get both the hammer and the gun, so I would do so. Now, the thing about the hammer is the fact that its material requirements do not change. If I looked at that list right from the DMM wiki. So, we have 2 SSR you can get, and they're both going to be pretty good. I would do so. This one's going to, yeah, this doesn't change because it has 4 units. This one will change as you get more stuff. But they made it much easier by the looks of it. So, there should be no excuses at why you couldn't get that unless you just can't clear Ultimate. And then they give you 10 units of the Grimoires. That's insane. I'm going to do a lot of grinding here. And look, you just need 5 for the SR, so this is amazing what they've done with that. The premium tickets also need less, by the looks of it. I hope so. Half elixirs are unchanged. Here's your Kamihime raid weapon ticket, so these are the special limited time ones. Get that if you haven't had all of them. And yes, the magic jewels are in stock. So 3,000 magic jewels. Trust me, you want a lot of grinding. But anyways, that's all I got for that event. And like I said, there's some new stuff right here. Like these are all of the weapons for the regalias, and we do have the water one. I heard this is where it's going to get very, very difficult, so I know my Thunder team can't handle it. I'm not going to try. I have no Thunder healer aside from maybe Andromeda. So maybe I have to go get her exclusive weapon, hopefully, but it's only the water one that's available, so. But Joan and Hercules got all 3 elements. Arthur and D'Artagnan should have all 3 elements as well. So you can grind out for all those. But only if you're a very good player, because the thing is, if you're able to clear Ragnarok from this event, you might be able to clear the raid event for this. Well, it's not an event, but it's a specific raid. And for those of you that do add money to the game, they thankfully changed the star coin packs for the smaller stuff. So you can go get your 9,800 and then finally get the 200. You don't have to add extra. I don't know why they didn't do that from the start. But thankfully, you're not going to get tricked on the star coins anymore. But if you're still going to add a flat amount, I'd say go for the 9800. If not, go for the 5000. And if not, go for the 3000. Because they give you magic jewels with it. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Any other special changes or whatnot, you can look up yourself. But I've covered all the more important things, definitely. Especially with the new list. It's much easier to grind. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I'm going to be doing this event when I wake up tomorrow, because I can't do it now. I have to go to sleep. But anyways, that's all for now, guys. Take care.